to the big reveal. The presentation will be starting shortly. In the meantime, enjoy some inspiration to go camping.
It is time to go camping. Introducing Campground View's virtual tours. You can tour the campground, see the sites, see if they are available, and click to book your perfect spot. Hit the open road and explore the amazing places found in nature. We make it easy to discover, find, and book your site so that you can go have the fun and freedom you seek. Campground View's virtual tours make it easy and simple for you to see where you are going.
Hey there, everybody. Mark Kepp with CampgroundViews.com. I hope you are as excited as I am, and I hope you're safe wherever you are this Saturday evening. So first off, thank you. There are going to be hundreds upon hundreds of people here tonight, which is a real testament considering we only put the invitation out last Tuesday. So very cool for you to see you here, and I'm glad you're here. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing this on a Saturday night? And who the heck is this guy on the camera anyway? So my name is Mark Kepp. Our company is CampgroundViews.com. For the last, well, it's almost 12 years now. My wife and I have been full-time RVers traveling this country and visiting all those great places that we all can get to go adventure in our RVs. And through that journey, we built this business, CampgroundViews.com. And the whole purpose there is to help you find great campgrounds and RV parks. As a camper myself, I know that the hardest part about that is to actually go and find great places to camp. And so we work really hard to help make that happen. And today we're going to be showing you something. I think it's amazing. The people we've shown it to think it's amazing, and you get to see it and tell us if you think it's amazing. But before I do that, I want to invite my team on here. So real fast, everybody, if you're on here, I can't know. I'll stop talking. We'll see if you jump on here. Steven, if you can do a quick introduction of yourself and hop on.
There I am. Hello, I'm Steven Pena. I'm mainly working on the technology behind this, what you're going to see here. I won't spoil any of it, but yeah, I'm the wizard behind the curtain doing the technology of this.
Literally behind the curtain. You had to get out of that curtain in order to come on the camera. So Javier and Trisha, our husband and wife team. Javier, if you can pop back on here. There's Trisha. They're separate. Okay. So Javier, you go first real fast. Unmute yourself.
There we go. Well, nice to meet you guys. My name is Javier Garcia. Just been doing basically sales, business, finance for the last 20 years and just bringing it over to the campground industry. And very excited for what we have to unveil today.
Thanks, Javier. And Trisha?
Hi, everyone. Hopefully, I know a lot of you guys that are signing on today. My background is in operations and customer service, and I just love building relationships. And I'm really excited to venture over into the camping industry and super thrilled to see and share what we have for you guys today.
And we are excited to share all this with you because over this COVID period, this craziness that we've all been dealing with in the world, our team has gotten together and worked really hard to help bring what we're about to show you to life. And so before we go into it, I want to kind of set the stage for what you're about to see. As a camper, or if you're in the camping industry, you may or may not agree with this, but I believe the single most difficult thing about camping, it's not lighting a campfire, it's not putting up the tent, it's not parking an RV, it's actually finding the place to go camping. It is a pain. You spend hours and hours, days and days trying to figure out where you're going to go camping. You find a campground and then you try to Google like the sites and hope that there's Google Street View, and there's not. So you end up doing a lot of guessing as a camper. I know it because I've been doing it. We hear from you. We know you've been doing it too. And so we've always felt like, hey, there's got to be a better way. And we believe that the better way is what we've created. And in a nutshell, it's Google Street View on steroids. You can go tour the campgrounds, a 360 virtual experience, look around, see the roads, see the sites. And more importantly, you actually get information on those sites. So before I give it too much away, Stephen, why don't you bring up this experience and take everybody through it? And real fast, if you want to start asking questions, you can comment below on the page on campgroundviews.com. Or if you're viewing this on YouTube live, go ahead and chat over there. We'll monitor both and make sure we get your questions answered. Stephen, take it away.
All right, I'm going to share my screen here. Let me know when you can see it.
I got your screen.
Great. All right, what we're looking at, and Mark alluded to it a little bit earlier, is a 360 video, right? If you're not familiar with a 360 video, it's a video, but it allows you to pan around and look around the video as it plays. So you'll be able to see right here that I can pan around and look around this campground as I do that, right? Now it's a video, so I can hit play and you'll see the common play controls here at the bottom. I'm gonna play and you're gonna see a few things that I'm gonna, I'll pause and I'll explain what you saw. So you saw two markers come into play here, this green one and this red one. These are site markers for specific campsites within the campground. As Mark was saying, one of the biggest issues that we have in this space is finding the right campsite for you, right? And you is a very personalized, very specific thing. And every campsite in a campground is very unique unto itself. It's not like a hotel room where all the rooms are the same. This campsite specifically, for example, this one that I'm looking at is not like this one right across from it. So here I can see as I'm panning around, one of the benefits of the 360 video, I'm able to see here, I've got a nice area that I can pull into. I can visually see that it's got this nice canopy for some shade. And this green marker here is telling me something. It's telling me that I can book this. So this is another key feature of what we have to offer here, which is we're integrating with a booking engine. So as I'm looking through this campground, I'm seeing green and red markers denoting whether that particular site is available for the dates I've provided. In this particular case, this one is. So I'm going to click on this and we're going to see some more information about the specific campsite. We're seeing the campsite number and name. In this particular case, this is Cholla Campground, by the way. This is campsite number 3 in Cholla. I can see the check-in, check-out times. I can see that it does have shade, which I can also visually see myself. Electric hookups, no water hookups, no sewer. So it's a great spot for boondocking. And it's not accessible and no campfires are allowed. So in this particular case, I'm getting a quick snapshot of everything about that site to make a good decision on whether I'm interested or not. I'm going to close that and I'm going to kind of click over here and I can compare that here. This one's red, right? Because it's not available. And you'll see also that difference in what we're labeling this. This is just a visit button, not a book button. But another thing that's key here is that as I'm looking at this particular site, I can see everything around that site. So am I too close to a neighbor? Am I close? Like, for example, this particular site's right next to the dumpster, right? So might not be a great site for somebody that doesn't want some smells creeping into their RV. And I'm going to hit play now. We're going to continue to kind of see the rest of the experience here as we're going down this particular path in this campground. Here's another campsite that's not available. And here we've got one more coming into focus here that is available. That's the 360 experience in a nutshell. One of the things I think that is important also, and I'll go back to, as you can see here, I'm kind of bouncing around. One of the things I didn't mention is you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner is this kind of top overhead view of the site, of the campground itself. That black circle denotes where I am within the campground. So again, I'm getting even more visual context as to where this particular campsite is within the campground itself. And one of the things I wanted to show you here was I'm going to click book, and you're going to see here it's taking me to campsite number 3 at Choya. So right here, I'm able to get a little bit more information about the site and specify, you know, those booking dates that I wanted, and go ahead and check out, right? One of the other things I wanted to show you is this one right next to it, right? I'm going to pull up a little further here. And I'm leaving site 3 up in my browser here, so we'll be able to compare something. I'm going to click on this here. Campsite number 4 is not available, but I'm going to click on it anyways. And here it says it's not available, first come, first serve. But what's interesting is there's no photo available, right? And this is common with a lot of campgrounds and campsites that even have, you know, good websites. Sometimes you just don't have a picture of that particular campsite. In this particular case, we do, right? We have the video. Contrast that to the site right next to it, right? On recreation.gov. They do have photos for one site, but not for another. So here with our 360 experience, we're providing a consistent view into all of the campsites so that you can visually inspect each one and compare and contrast them. I think that covers everything. Mark, did I leave anything out?
No, that's a really good intro. And let's go ahead and leave this up real fast and talk a little bit about what we built here. So this 360 experience allows, as Stephen has shown, you the ability to go through a campground, see the roads, see the sites. And I mentioned that it's like Google Street View on steroids, but it's actually fundamentally different than Google Street View. So everybody's done Google Street View. You know what, you may not know what Google Street View is. All Google Street View is, or are photographs laid out in a 360 sphere. So, you know, the marker on the street that you click on to move ahead, you're jumping between photographs. This is video. So it's got the incremental changes that allows you to move forward or backwards in minute areas so that you can actually see, hey, can I back in? And if there's a tree across the street, will I be able to clear that and really get the details you need? So one, there's a difference. It's video, not photos. The other thing Stephen noted is that we're integrated with recreation.gov. So recreation.gov is the booking engine for federal parks. So the national parks, Forest Service, Bureau of Land Management, Corps of Engineers, all those federally run parks, they utilize recreation.gov for their booking engine. There's an important distinction about that. And that is that recreation.gov had 36 million unique visitors last year. So one of the questions we get is why recreation.gov? And the answer is pretty simple. We will have the most benefit for the most amount of campers the quickest. You know, the most people are using that search engine or that booking engine to book sites. And as Stephen noted, recreation.gov being a government agency, there's a lack of information being provided by them on photos of sites or whatnot. So we're actually filling an important need. So this is the technology. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about this, just thinking about the possibilities here and how cool it would be for us to build this. Well, here's where we're at right now. And this is the reason why we're doing this big reveal party on a Saturday night. And we're all pumped up and jazzed about it. The reason being is this technology you see is real. You're viewing it. It's real. This will be integrated with campgroundviews.com. It's not quite there yet. And that's where you come in. We need your help to take it to the next step. So beginning next week, we're launching a crowdfunding campaign on the site Indiegogo. You ever heard of the crowdfunding like Kickstarter, GoFundMe? This is Indiegogo. They actually tailor towards tech and outdoors. They have a whole section on that. We're launching an Indiegogo campaign next week to run. I need to be able to do this. Looks like I cut out. I'm back on now. As part of that campaign, one of the questions people ask is, well, this is nice. How soon will this be created? It's already created. The technology is here. And this last summer, we went out and we captured 400. That's right, 400. 400 recreation.gov properties. Every single recreation.gov property in the states of Arizona, Utah, Colorado,
I believe you're muted, Mark. I think we can see Mark, we just can't hear him. So we lost some audio. As Mark was explaining, where we're at right now is we've got about 400 campgrounds that are recorded. The technology, the base, the platform, everything that you saw here is complete. The campaign that we're running is to raise enough funds so that we can actually take those 400 videos through our production pipeline to get them produced so that they play well within this player. That's a process that we need to undertake and need some money for, as well as launching it, right? So launching a product isn't, it's not a build it, they will come, situation. We need to actually get the word out, right? We need to let people know that this product's available. And that's also where those funds come in to help us take it to market and get that word out. I think,
I'm back now, Stephen. Yeah, so that's the joy of traveling on the road, is utilizing a Verizon card to try to run a Zoom meeting. So Verizon likes to kick me off after about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll probably drop again. So this technology, as Stephen noted, we have 400 parks in all of the Mountain West areas. And as we go through this crowdfunding campaign, we're looking to do 2 things. 1, to launch these videos so that you can actually use them this year to book your trips. And then 2, be able to go out and capture all of the rest of the recreation.gov properties. So this technology, it's here, it's real, we can make it happen. We're going to be asking you for your support. And we view you all as our super contributors. You guys get it. You're here. You signed up. You said, hey, Mark, hey, team, hey, Campground Views. I want to see the future of camping. The future of camping is this: the ability to finally virtually tour a campground. And not just virtually tour a campground. You notice what's coming up here is data, and we call them layers. So we're layering data on top of video. So you have a video, then you have data. You know what we're adding on next? The ability for you to make your own notes on a visual screen. So as you go through and tour a campground, you can actually make notes within that 360 space of whatever you want. You know, hey, this is where we'll hang our hammock. Over here's the water spigot. These are the hiking trails. Really giving you nuanced detail. This is groundbreaking stuff. We're in tech. I can tell you there's nobody doing stuff like this. This is next generation technology. It's here today. And guess what? The camping industry is getting it first. So we hope you're as excited about this as we are. Feel free to post any questions or comments below. And stay tuned for your inbox, because when we launch this crowdfunding campaign, we're going to do a few things. Number 1, we're going to contact you and say, hey, we're launching this thing. We'd love your support. But number 2, and more importantly, we're going to be sending you some secret deals. As the folks that are on this insider call, this big reveal meeting on Saturday night, why not celebrate? We'll be sending you some special deals that are only good for you, the person that's on right now watching this. So we think this is cool. We hope you think it's cool. And we'd love to see your questions. So actually a question did come in for me. Let me see that. Okay, the question is, will this work for private parks? And the answer is this will work for any campground or RV park. The only thing that we need is we need the data from the booking engine. So we're not creating the actual booking engine. We're working with whatever that booking engine is. So as long as we have the data feed, we can pull up the information. But worst case scenario, we can have a 360 video on the low end without this data. So that is an absolute possibility. One of the other questions I get a lot is, how can you talk so fast, Mark? That's a good question. It's because I'm freaking excited about this stuff. I think it's very exciting to do something fundamentally different in an old school industry. A lot of folks ignore the camping industry and the RV industry, but let me tell you a little story about COVID. Well, everybody knows the story about COVID, but the big thing about COVID is it scared people to go outside. That's kind of oxymoronic, right? It scared them to go outside. The reality was the outdoors was the last best place people had to escape to. As a result, RV sales are at all-time highs. Camping bookings are at all-time highs. We are looking at 2021 as being the year of camping. There are so many people going RVing and camping this year. And one of the big problems that happens is that all of the popular places to go camping are already booked. Like if you want to go to Yellowstone, guess what? You messed out. They're booked already. They booked them up yesterday, right? Everything sells out the second it comes on. But there's a little secret, and I like sharing this a lot with folks, is you don't necessarily have to camp in the 4 campgrounds that are within Yellowstone. There are 50 other federal properties within a 75-mile radius of Yellowstone that you can go camping at. The reason you don't do that, and the reason others don't do that, is there's a lack of information. You're not going to drive 2,000 miles to Yellowstone to go driving up some random dirt road and stay at a place you don't know. This tool changes that. By allowing you to see the campgrounds, you'll know that some of these out of the way campgrounds are just as amazing as the main one. And think about what that does for everybody that's going camping. All of a sudden, we're not all fighting over the same 50 sites. You, me, everybody else can start finding more unique places, spread out our camping a little bit more, and have a more amazing experience. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you're as excited about it as we are. I can tell you we're pumped because we think this thing becomes a groundbreaker. Let me check. There's some other questions. Yep, there was a question on the reservation. Yeah, my audio is gone. That's good. Stephen got it. So the next step for campground tours, better resolution for grass. Okay, good question. Resolution, how does this thing work? So there's two parts to that resolution question. It's actually a really important question. So we're capturing this footage in 5K resolution, but when you upload it to a server, you have to downgrade it in order to, otherwise the file's too big to stream over internet connections. But that being said, we're capturing it in 5K or whatever. It's huge file sizes. We're uploading it to our server in that super high definition capacity. And in doing so, as your bandwidth allows, the quality of the video will be better. So we're already building that in out of the get-go, but recognize that usually it's going to be compressed a little bit based upon the viewer, the user's underlying internet connection. So the good question on the detail that's available within it. The other thing we'll be doing is we'll be blurring people's faces and license plates, so you won't be violating anybody's privacy. And as I noted, we've already got 400 parks captured. So this week on Tuesday, we'll be launching this Indiegogo campaign. If you're currently viewing this at campgroundviews.com on the page, you are part of history. You scroll down to the bottom in the comment area, there's a link there to the pre-campaign for Indiegogo. And we're not begging for money. You know, we're going to make this thing happen anyway, but we need your support to help us make it a little easier. You know, I don't know. I may have to start stripping to get this thing done, but I'd rather, you know, y'all support us and we can do it that way. No, Stephen's saying no stripping. So yeah, we'll do it a better way than that. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm as excited. I hope you're excited. Stephen, am I missing anything here?
No. You covered everything from, you know, technology to launching to stripping. You've got it covered.
It's Saturday night. We're going to have a party. So thank you all for joining us. We'll send out a recording to the folks that didn't get on this. What I can tell you, and the way I'm going to finish this is, we were overwhelmed by the level of interest that we received to that email we sent out. Literally overwhelmed. The amount of folks that have reached out to us and that have signed up for this live stream, who are on this live stream, who are watching this, who are commenting, blew our minds. So we appreciate it. We look forward to helping you. And if you think we are on the right track, follow us along, share this with everybody you know. We're going to need your help to make this thing happen. I hope you have a good Saturday. Thank you for your time. Talk to you all later.